Hey guys, so we're doing bonus reads for the solstice. Those of you who follow me on TikTok now, the end of June readings kind of went crazy compared to what I normally get on YouTube. So 6 of the 12 of them popped over 1,000 views, some of them almost 2,000 views, and it's only been like 48 hours. So cool. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed the end of June reads, and so I hope you equally enjoy these bonus messages that I have coming out for you. We're going to be using a few different decks today. I am using the Icarus Tarot, as well as Barbary Tarot, and my Spiritual As deck. So, starting with Cancer, bonus read for Cancer. What does their solstice energy look like? Mind you, the solstice is going to carry through the season, right? The energies are going to carry through the season. Spirit, what is the overall theme from the Icarus Tarot for Cancer? The World. All right, so the World is Saturn's card. Could also be fixed sign energy. Definitely focusing on completion, right? Completion, finalizing things, definitely structures or long-term feel-good stuff, and what needs to come to a close in order to get to the end game that you want. Let's get some insight into that. What's that look like for you? Clarify the World for Cancer, please. Also giving total Kuan Yin vibes. So if she's one of your guides or guardians, she's working with you. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Strength card. One more, 2 more. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. Top is the 8 of Cups. All right, so that kind of confirms what I was talking about. Like, beginner's mind requires moving forward because some things are just not what you want them to be. They're not bringing in the feelings that you want to bring in. It's just not enough, right? It's not enough. It's not what you're looking for. That 99% is not 100 type thing. We do want this Ace of Pentacles type energy, which is a solid, fresh foundation, and we feel that we have the power or the strength to do that, right? To change our fate, bring in fortune by putting our strength behind it. The thing is, the strength that Cancer has, it finishes with the 5 of coin, like given. Cancer, I mean, there's Cancers that work their fucking tails off. You know, they work really hard, and they don't necessarily have like big money energy. You know, they're not an earth sign. The water erodes the earth. It erodes the earth, so it's out of their element. You know, they really do lean into or lean on to people who do have strong earth in their chart or strong Saturn, you know, in their chart. And if you really want to create the feelings that you want to create in your life, or the abundance or the foundation that you want to create in your life, you may really need to accept that you have to look at things differently, right? That you can't necessarily create or manifest the same way as everybody else. Like, where people put in a lot of effort to create, Cancer is better off creating when they take the hard work or structure out of it. They're better off and happier. So trying to conform to, you know, like earth sign ways of building is not going to yield the result that you want. You know, earth signs, mountains get built with intense pressure beneath us, where water seeps into things, cuts through things. It builds the landscape by taking away. You know, there's the way that water, like a lake, changes the landscape and allows it to thrive, you know, allows life to thrive because the water is there. You know, rivers carve out these gorgeous landscapes over time, and it's because they're eroding away at things, going with the flow of things, and they are creating this lush landscape all around it. Like, if the river wasn't there, would the grass be as green? You know, water, Cancer was not designed. Cancer as a sign was not designed to build wealth and structure. They were designed to use the wealth and the structure of the landscape and make it beautiful. Whatever is earned, whatever is created under immense pressure from someone else, they can make all of the pressure worth it. You know, that's Cancer's energy. If you have Saturn in Cancer, this is something you've probably struggled with your whole life to accept. For real. You know, like every time you try and build something, it's It's also falling apart or eroding away from somewhere else in the mix or someone else, whatever. Cancer's opposite sign being Capricorn. You know, Capricorn is the CEO, the director, the GOAT, you know, like they're the breadwinner through and through. Like that's their energy when they are in their light shining. So you're not meant to be a quote unquote breadwinner. They're meant to lead with love and use love to create the life that they truly want to have, because they can buy the castle, but Cancer makes it the home. Cancer makes it warm and inviting and alive. They're the ones that fill the kitchen with those beautiful smells when you walk in the door. They're the ones that think about the flowers that are on the table and, you know, the little things that make it feel like you want to stay there forever, right? That it's your safe space. That's the wealth of Cancer. So if you're not in that vibration, right, and you're in this breadwinner vibe or this, you know, productive vibe or this earning money, blah, blah, blah type energy, you really got to maybe go back to your roots, because ultimately you're going to stress yourself out. I'm just telling you right now, okay? It's not like you can't do it. You can. But you are not meant to be put under immense pressure. You freeze over like a glacier, you know? When water takes on the form of structure, solid, earth, it's a glacier, it's ice, right? You have a hard time being in your highest vibration when you are feeling like you need to be the provider. That means your love language isn't being met. All right, what is the guidance? What is the guidance for Cancer? Holding on to resentments is like taking in your own heart. When Cancer is not able to make the house the home and they're stuck working to maintain the house, to pay for the house, to afford the house, they get resentful. They get resentful. You know, like, they make the house the home. They shouldn't have to make the house happen. You know, and when they do feel resentful for having to be in that provider energy because, you know, their partner or the people with them in life, or the people who never really showed up for them the way they could have, should have, would have in life, like when Cancer has to be in that builder energy, that sustainer provider energy, like they really do get resentful of people. And they go within, like Cancer will hardcore recluse. You know, like let's just say you're a single Cancer on your own, trying to make ends meet, working every day to pay for your apartment or your house or your pets or whatever. And you know, it's almost like you get bitter at everybody else because you're doing it on your own. And that's when Cancer goes recluse. You know, they go inside their shell and probably hate people because people are not helping them be their best self. Life is not set up or structured to help them be their best self. You know, they do get resentful. And when you do that, Cancer, it is like taking in your own heart. Okay. So you really gotta kind of let it go. You know, this idea that you need to be the strong one in that regard. Go. Open yourself up to the idea that you can receive the landscape, right? You can receive the structure from out there and make it beautiful. That there's someone out there that will love you and treat you right and take care of you like you're meant to be taken care of, so that you can take care of them in different ways. That energy exchange. Focusing on love and what feels good for you, what works for you, is gonna feel a lot better. It's going to be like cleaning your heart out after you've been done in it for a while. You know? So Cancer, I hope that helps, because that is definitely the vibe for the summer season. That is the vibe for the summer season. I think that you need to get back to the core of your roots and how that works for you. With Saturn being in Aries and with Neptune squaring on your sign, unless you've got late Cancer placements, in which case they're trining on your placements in there. But on the whole, Cancer and Aries square each other. You may want to watch the Aries reading that I'm going to do for the bonuses, because it'll give you an idea about what the challenges are as you go through this cycle. And I think a big part of it might just be, you know, wanting to be that nurturing type of MO, knowing that you need someone or want someone to provide the means for you to do that, but knowing that also comes with this feeling of being controlled or powerless because someone else is providing a reality that without them you wouldn't have. And sometimes that puts you in situations where you're stuck with the opposite polarity of Aries, Libra, right? The other two cardinal signs, where you have to people please to maintain what you've invested in, what love you've poured in. And that means dealing with people who sometimes are on a power trip, or they're controlling, or they put your feelings second or last, right? And that won't do. So that might be a big theme for you, like what has to end, right? The World card, what has to end? What do you need to move forward from? That 8 of Cups that was on the top, because it's not worth it for you to pour into all that type of that energy only to feel like they're not grateful or understanding of you and your needs. You know, if they want to live in a cold castle, they can, but your warmth and love might fly the coop. Crossroad you might find yourself at, feeling like you can't do things on your own, or that if you did do things on your own you would have to downgrade, right? That you would have to downgrade your quality of living to do that, or the fear that you would be alone, right? The fear of being alone. So I just wanted to take a moment and give special thanks to all of my newfound TikTok fam who showed up huge for me for the end of June. And this is my way of saying thank you for showing up. Thank you for dropping the likes. Thank you for sharing out the different TikTok videos and being a part of my journey. I hope to serve you well. I hope these messages serve you well. Know that you are seen, loved, and appreciated. And if you keep putting up numbers like that, I'll keep putting out content for you. Have a great one, guys. Enjoy your summer.